It's been weeks. Has it been weeks since I've been here? Welcome to The Anxious Woman. I have my coffee. It is August 17th, 2025. And my name is Poet. Hi. I have been on a quiet retreat here in my home, aside from a few little outings to the doctors and things like that store. 1 year ago, on this day, August 17th, 2024, at 1:12 in the afternoon, which is what time it is now, I was most likely in my bedroom. See if I can fix the lighting. In my bedroom, by myself. My partner had died 6 months prior. I was lost. I was alone, aside from my son drifting in and out of my life. And I was scared. I was terrified. I didn't know what was next. And it was right around this time that I had put my second Facebook dating profile up. I put one up. Time is a funny thing and your memory gets foggy, so don't hold me to this, but I'm going to try to give an approximate. It probably was a couple days before today that I started to put a profile up. I had a relative and a very dear friend say, hey, why don't you try Facebook dating? Doesn't cost anything. Even if you don't meet someone like forever, for a forever person, maybe you'll meet someone to go to coffee with, or see a movie or have lunch with. I felt like I was maybe ready to meet someone, but I wasn't sure, and you don't know who's out there. Anyway, so I had started to put a profile up and took it down like before I even finished it. It was a real scary, panicky, nervous, anxious time for me. And on this day, I'm sure it was this day, or maybe it was the day before, the 16th, I put a profile up and I finished the profile and I put it up there. Actually, I think it was the 16th of August. And I had looked through it and I just really didn't see anyone that I thought I would even maybe want to have coffee with or anything like that. And so you either match with someone or you X someone. You X them off. I don't remember whether it was the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen, which one you X'd, which one you matched with. And it's a free site. They ask the usual things, They would not try to match you with someone that you're friends with on Facebook. So I didn't have any concern there. And I had maybe there was 2 men that were on my Facebook that were and are very good friends of mine that I consider to be. And so anyway, so today, about 5 hours from now, probably around 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, I was in my room, I was laying on my bed. I know that I didn't have my TV on because I rarely, if ever, had my TV on. If you guys remember back a year ago, I talked about that very rarely did I put the TV on. And I remember so many people suggesting like, hey Poet, why don't you put the TV on just for background noise because your apartment is so quiet. And it was just really hard for me to do. So anyway, so in about 5 hours, about 6 p.m.-ish, I went on my dating site, my profile, and I was looking. I had 4 pictures to a screen, like 4 pictures at a time. And I think you could pick how many pictures you wanted to see at a time, I think. And you could either pick a friend. You were looking for a friend. You were looking for, then there was 3 categories. You were looking for a friend. You were looking for a relationship. And I think the other one might have been casual. Just for like coffee or something. And it's funny that it's only been a year, but my memory's foggy in some of those areas. But I was looking through pictures. I X'd pretty much everybody. There was 2 people that I didn't X, and one of them I realized would definitely have been a scam situation. It didn't look real or seem real. That's really good. Except I'm missing something. Anyway, I saw this man's picture. It was the 4th picture in the list. And I saw his picture, and he was extremely clean shaven, had glasses. His profile said he was an INFJ, like I am in the Myers-Briggs. I'm an INFJ, he's an INFJ. And it said he was a chemical engineer, and he did Tai Chi, and he painted, did oil painting. And I thought, out of all the profiles I looked at, this guy was like about the only one that seemed normal, if that makes any sense. Like, and I was really curious about the INFJ. I had talked with my daughter after the fact, and remember she was saying like INFJs really don't match with INFJs, not for anything long term. And but anyway, so I matched with him, and luckily he matched with me. And I don't remember which one of us reached out to the other one first. Again, it's funny how in just 1 year there's some things that you just don't remember. And but anyway, we messaged back and forth on Facebook, on the dating site, on the this little like privacy site, privacy area. And then we talked through I think it was through Messenger then on Facebook. I think it was through Messenger at first. I'm trying to remember because it's foggy now, you know. But what I know is we got along really well. And we didn't meet that day, but we did meet on the 20th, which is, which is Wednesday. I keep thinking today's Saturday, but today is Sunday. And anyway, the rest is kind of history. We met, we took a walk. I'll go into more on Wednesday because I want to talk about that day on Wednesday, but I just kind of knew that this was going to be something good. This was going to be something really good. So today being our first anniversary, first 1 year of meeting, we now have been married for 7 months, more than 7 months. We're in our new home. We've been here since February, so we've been here 6 months. And so we will be doing a few things over the next couple days, just a lot of it depending on how I'm feeling and how I'm doing with, you know, my anxiety level and things like that. But just knowing that it's been a year, we made it a year through a whole lot's happened in this year. My gosh. But he gave me this Hallmark card this morning. He wrote a note inside, which I'll keep between him and I, but I will put this up in my Love Journey book. I have that, you know, one of those notebooks. I'll tape this in. So honestly, it feels like I've known this man forever. I just feel like I've known him 30, 40 years. It's crazy because I've been in relationships and it felt like it took forever to really like know all the idiosyncrasies of each other. But I feel like we got through that really fast. But a year. Not a lot of time to a lot of people, but a lot of time for us. We went through, we went through some medical issues on both of our parts in the last year. We went through him selling the house that he owned and us buying this house together. We went through him donating a lot of his belongings, me donating most all of mine, him putting some stuff in storage for 3 months, 2.5, 3 months-ish. And us moving the stuff out of storage, getting a rental truck, and getting the stuff from storage to the truck, from the truck to the house, you know, going through settlement on the house, getting, you know, moved in and making a house a home. This house was built in 1985. It's a townhome. We're in an HOA, and so it's a townhome. It's narrow, so it's like, it's not a wide home. It's a very narrow home, but we have a second floor, and we have a basement, and our little patio deck, our little deck, where we have all of our flowers. We went through some financial decisions. We went through him learning about my anxiety and my panic. We went through family issues. We went through issues with my son, some small amount of debt, small amount, but still debt that I need to continue to cover for my son. We went through me changing doctors because my doctor retired, and then my next doctor changed practices, and then me going to George's doctor, and me meeting her, and me getting blood work done, and a whole gamut of like everything being tested to see where I was physically. And he met my son, of course, and he met my oldest daughter. We did a FaceTime, so he met my oldest daughter, so he's met 2 of my kids. He has seen pictures of all of them, but he's met 2. I have met his 2 sisters and his brother-in-law, and I have met one of his daughters. He has 3 daughters. I met one daughter and his 2 grandsons there, and I met his son-in-law, and I met his son from out of state. So I've met 2 of his kids, 2 of his grandkids, his 2 sisters. He has a brother out of state. I have not met him yet. And one brother has passed away. I have been with him, with George, to the cemetery. I think we went Father's Day, Mother's Day, 4th of July, his father's birthday, and his mother's birthday. I think we've gone to the cemetery 5 times. We've put a flag on, we've put flowers in his mom and dad's gravesite, and he was with me while I put some of Sky's ashes out. And if you're new, Sky was my late partner. He was with me, I was with him. We were together 13 and a half years. He died February of last year, multiple system atrophy. At home, I was his full-time care partner. And with George losing his brother in May of last year, and his brother was his best friend, and he struggles with that loss to this day, like I do with my loss with Sky. George is very understanding of my grief times over Sky, and I am understanding of his grief with his brother, and also everything he went through with his divorce, and situations there that he needed to work through. So there's been a lot of things. He did therapy for quite a while. He ended therapy in, let's see, probably January of this year. Yeah. He did weekly, and I ended therapy in about March of this year. I did once, was it once a month? I think it came out to be like once a month. So we've we've been down some roads. And we just kept making it work. We're older, almost 66, and he's now halfway through his 70th year, halfway through his 70th. We look out for each other's health, emotional health, physical health, mental health, and yeah. So Facebook dating is free. It's pretty easy to do a profile there, and I'm grateful. And this man was within 15, not even 15 minutes from me, depending on traffic. And now I'm living in his area. So we moved into the area that he lived in pretty much all of his life, the general area. And so I'm learning all the stores up here that he used all the time. And we're kind of settling in and getting visuals of our neighbors and who lives where, and nobody really talks to anybody here. Everybody seems to pretty much keep to themselves. We've been here, like I said, like 6 months, and I don't see anyone converse really with anyone unless it's like just a quick hi, and then that's it. But everyone really does seem to keep to themselves. So it's been a year, and I'm so grateful. I will go ahead and put this video up. I just wanted to kind of get back into the swing of things. I've been checking in on both my Facebook accounts. I have two, and I've been switching back and forth. And I've been doing that as much as I can. But I'm going to stop this video here. It has been a while for me since I put a video up, but I want to stop here, and then I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to do a second video. I want to show a few of the things that I got and a few of the things that are happening here in the house and share with you. And we'll do that. It'll be a lot more interesting, I think. But thank you for being here.